Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm a high value man. I'm a high value man. Now, we've all heard this phrase over the past couple years or so, a high value man. And what is a high value man? We've all heard the reasons a high value man is making a certain amount of money every month consistently for a few years, right? And you have a network, and I mean these are subjective um, subjective reasons or conditions of a high value man. But in reality, what is high value? What is high value? What is value? What is value? Value means that you can move a person from one place to another place. That's value. Okay? You can take a person from this state and move them to a whole nother state. That's value. Whether it's emotional, physical, financial, whatever it is. When you can move somebody, value means movement. You have to be able to move somebody, right? So, high value definition is that you have a high ability to move people to another position, right? You have a high ability to be able to do that. Does that necessarily mean that you're a high value person just because you got money? Well, let's look at it. If you have money, after a while, money is not going to move a person anymore. Money just not going. After they get used to how they live, money is just not going to move a person anymore. So you're going to have some other things besides money. And some people think, well, since I got money, that gives me an open door policy to mistreat other people because I got money. I got money. That's the money is the license for mistreatment, right? I got money. I can mistreat these people that don't have money, right? It's survival of the fittest, right? Okay, so I disagree with that. I feel like if you have money, good. I'm saying you're a bad person because you got money. It's the way you conduct yourself. That's what matters, whether you're good or bad or not. It's the way you conduct yourself. Because you can be good with money, and you can be a bad person with money. You can be a good person with money. You can be a bad person with money. You can be a good person with a network. You can be a bad person with a network. You can be a good person who is recognized by his peers, and you can be a bad person that's recognized by his peers. Right? The question is, as a high value man, or quote unquote high value man, is this beneficial to other people around you that you're high value? And when I say beneficial, what I mean is, do you lift them up? Do you pull them up? Do you put them in a better position spiritually, mentally? We know that you got, obviously, financially, you can do it. But there's a lot of rich people that are in bad situations. They're in they're in bad marriages. They're in bad long-term relationships. They got children that are doing bad. Everybody's doing bad, but they got money. They sitting in a house getting drunk or getting high every day just to cope with the dysfunction that they got going on in their households. Is that high value? Is it? I would think the most valuable person you need to be valuable to is yourself. No? Remember when when you've ever flown on a plane, they tell you, hey, if the oxygen mask drop down, don't put it on your child first. Put yours on you first. Why? Because if you put it on the child first, that person, you may not survive, and then the child will probably not survive. The child has a better chance with you surviving with your mask on than them surviving without their mask on, and you have your mask on. But at least you can get to them to get their mask on them if you put your mask on first, right? So you are the most important, that you have to be able to bring value to yourself other than just the money. Money is good. Don't get me wrong. Money is a good, it's not an indicator of value, but it's an indicator of initiative, drive, and, standards. Because we all have to have standards of the way we want to live. And those are good indicators. But just because you got high standards of the way you want to live doesn't mean you're a good person. Doesn't mean that people need to, what's the word I'm looking for? People need to, be beholden to you. And I think sometimes guys feel like that because, hey, I make the money, therefore, or I make more money than you, therefore you should be beholden to me. No, that doesn't. Well, I'm telling you about me. I don't see it that way. I see it, if you make money, then you have an opportunity to express yourself with that money and do things to help other people. If you feel that way. If you don't, you don't. But in my opinion, I feel like having lots of money is an opportunity. It's an opportunity. You've been given an opportunity to, actually show whether you really believe that, how you really feel about helping other people, or what you really believe about value. Because most people don't understand what value is. Value is just moving people from state to state. If you can move somebody from one state to another state, then you have value. And the more states you can move them from, the higher value you have. Right? If I'm just throwing money at a situation, that's not a lot of value. Right? I got a child, I'm paying child support, I'm just paying child support, I don't go see the child, I don't go invest no time into the child. Is that high value? As opposed to, I'm paying my child support, I'm seeing my child whenever I can, plus any other opportunities I have. I'm putting time into this child to encourage them to be the best version of themselves. Which one has the most value? Because I moved her financially. I moved this child in a financial state. I moved them. I moved them in a relationship state. I moved them in emotional state, rather. I moved them emotionally. You know what I'm saying? I moved them physically. I put the time in with them physically. So I'm moving them. I'm moving. Value is movement. Value is movement. So are you a high value man? Who are you moving? And how far are you moving them? And don't tell me about money. Money doesn't mean you're a high value person at all. It doesn't. I know. I live in Los Angeles. I worked in Los Angeles for many, many years. I've been to some of the richest people's houses on the planet. Seeing people, so rich they can't even describe it. But also being in Los Angeles, I've seen some people living so poor. I've been to all spectrums of people's living all over LA, the city, and the county, actually. So I've seen people living way, way high and way, way low. One thing they all have in common is they have a lack of value coming from the people around them. They have a lack of value. There's a lack of value in that house. Even though the person's making a ton of money, there's not a lot of value there. I've came and knocked on the door, and the children were out of sorts. The wife is out of sorts. The husband is out of sorts. Everybody's out of sorts. But they're living in a $10 million mansion. Likewise, I've been to these courtyards here where a circus mouse wouldn't even live in these courtyards. and you see people living in these courtyards. They're raising families out of these courtyards in the hood, right? But they all got the same thing, man. Nobody's bringing value into the house. It's not money, it's value from the inside out. So let's make high value men from the inside out. Because right now, the manosphere and all of these places, they want to make men from the out. They make high value men from the outside in. But when you make men from the outside in, they don't. It doesn't resonate deep enough within, right? We make them from the outside in. You already starting in. From the inside out. You already start from the inside. That way, when they do get money, they're handling things better. At least that's my opinion. What do y'all think? Maybe I'm talking crazy, but I don't agree with high value man as far as just because you got money, you're a high value man. And just because you got a network, you're a high value man. In my book, no, that's not it. And I'm a KS supporter, but I just don't agree with him on this point. You know what I mean? So we are human beings, right? We are allowed to disagree with each other without killing each other, right? Without, that's unfortunately, this is now I'm gonna talk about this, my people, for just a minute. Black people are the kind of people that, man, like, you either 100%, you got to agree 100% with the person, or you're attacking them. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be that way. I can disagree with this person and still, be okay with them, or, right? I disagree with my wife sometimes. I don't throw her out the house and say, well, I ain't with you because we got to get out of that as black people. We got to stop riding with the car, as they say in prison. You got to ride with the car no matter what. No matter what. No, man, we ain't in prison. Right? In prison, you got to just go with go with whatever's going down, right? With the group you rolling with, you just got to go with whatever goes down. Oh, hey, it's going to be a fight. Be ready to fight. For what? What's the fight about? I don't know, but hey, you guys got to be ready to get down. Right? So, no. We're not riding with the car no more. We're going to think independently. We think independently. And we agree with some things that some people say. We agree with some things they don't say. Right? But we're independent thinkers. That's the new generation. We're going to create a generation of independent thinkers who can agree to disagree without having to get ridiculous about it. All right? All right, but y'all tell me what y'all think. High value man what is a high value man? Am I wrong? High value man just all about money? In my opinion, no. A real high value man, that's a high value man to women. But if you want to be a high value man to the world and to yourself, it's much higher vision than just getting money and being recognized by different people. I don't need to be recognized by nobody. If one person, I got some subscribers. If I don't have none, I'm still not gonna think less of myself because I ain't got nobody around me. I don't need people around me to validate me. You know what I mean? It's nice to have people around you that appreciate you, but when you get to the point where you need other people, you need a network, you need other people to just have a thought process of yourself. Yeah, you need people to do business deals, to accomplish certain objectives. Yeah, but when you need other people to show you that you have value, that is no bueno, in my opinion. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think, because I'm going on too long. I only wanted to make this thing 10 minutes. Y'all tell me what y'all think. All right? All right. Peace.